11 straight wins for Tampa Bay, a cool and composed Boston climbing back up the standings, and Connor McDavid treating a 20-game point streak as almost routine. The latest NHL game day made one thing clear. The league has shifted into high gear, and the Stanley Cup contenders are beginning to separate themselves from the rest. Today, we break down how the Lightning claimed the top spot in the Eastern Conference, why it's far too early to count the Bruins out, and what opponents of the Edmonton Oilers are even supposed to do when McDavid steps onto the ice. Let's go. Hard, honest, and true hockey. Another day in the NHL regular season delivered plenty of action and clearly showed who is setting the pace in the league right now. Several teams continued to extend their winning streaks, strengthen their positions in the standings, and send a clear message: spring could be long and loud for them. And, as has so often been the case throughout NHL history, a handful of elite stars are once again carrying their teams on their backs. In the Eastern Conference, the main focus is once again on Tampa Bay. The Lightning edged Pittsburgh 2-1 at home, extending their winning streak to 11 games and tying a franchise record. What makes this run especially impressive is how it's been achieved, not through flashy blowouts, but through mature, pragmatic hockey. John Cooper's team knows how to stay patient, wait for its moment, and punish even the smallest mistake. That's how championships are won, not just regular season games.
It's also worth noting that Tampa's surge has come alongside stumbles from their rivals. Boston, Toronto, and other contenders have dropped points, and the Lightning have taken full advantage. The result is first place in the Eastern Conference. For a team that not long ago was dealing with a slump and talk of a closing window, this is a convincing answer to the critics. Pittsburgh, despite the loss, didn't look hopeless. Still, the age of its core and the lack of roster depth continue to show. Sidney Crosby remains elite, but carrying games like this on his own is becoming increasingly difficult. Time, unfortunately, spares no one. Meanwhile, Boston continues its quiet climb up the standings. A win over Detroit marked the Bruins' fourth straight victory. The team appears to have found the right balance between defense and offense, something that has always been central to Boston's identity. Yes, the start of the season was uneven, but now the Bruins are closing in on the Atlantic Division's top three. Given the experience and character of this group, writing them off would be a mistake. Out west, it feels like we're watching more than just a player in good form. This is a full-blown hockey series with Connor McDavid in the starring role. Edmonton fell to Nashville in overtime, but that result quickly faded into the background. The real headline was McDavid once again getting on the scoresheet and extending his point streak to 20 straight games. That's elite of the elite territory, a level only a handful ever reach.
What's important is that McDavid isn't doing this in a vacuum. Thanks to his consistency and the team's overall resurgence, the Oilers sit atop their division, sharing first place with Vegas. After a disastrous start to the season, Edmonton managed to reset, regain confidence, and now looks exactly like the team many expected. Fast, aggressive, and fully trusting their leader. Old-school Canadian hockey at its best. The regular season is gradually reaching the stage where the standings start to take shape and randomness plays a smaller role. Teams with structure, character, and stars who can decide games are the ones that win. Right now, Tampa Bay, Boston, and Edmonton check all those boxes. There are still plenty of games ahead, and injuries, slumps, and unexpected twists are always part of the journey. But even now, it's clear these teams and these players are setting the pace for the season, which means the most exciting part is still to come. Hockey, as always, does not forgive weakness, but it generously rewards those who can stay patient and perform over the long haul. The NHL regular season is a marathon, not a sprint, and we're only at the midpoint. Yet it's at moments like this that you can see who has real staying power, real character, and a leader capable of pulling everyone along. Tampa keeps reminding us how to win the grown-up way. Boston quietly goes about its business, and McDavid, well, he simply operates in his own hockey dimension.
New games, new streaks, and new questions without easy answers are ahead. Who will hold the pace? Who will blink? And who will ultimately lift the cup? We'll be talking about all of that soon. If you enjoyed the video, support the channel, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Hockey is just getting started.